What's up, everybody? Um, I just wanted to come on live. It ain't 9 o'clock, I know. Uh, I just wanted to do a little small update on my dad for the people that hadn't uh, seen anything yet. He is doing better. He his he has got a lot of the fluid off of his legs now, and he pretty much is in a little shock. He does know where he's at. He just don't know why. He he has got a lot of fluid that was built up around his heart and stuff. His left side of his heart is weak. Doctors are trying to work on that. They're gonna, after he gets out of the hospital, they gotta take him to the heart doctors and stuff like that. He has got a what was I want to say? He has gotten a lot of his speech back now. He had little mumbles and groans. He's breathing good. Sometimes he is getting a little rough on breathing, but he's doing twice as better. His legs has came down without all the fluid. I told Daddy when I left, I said I might go on live tonight and let all of his friends know that what's going on with him. He loves paranormal. He's all about the paranormal. He's saying that he wants to get back as soon as he gets out of the hospital and gets well enough. I can't stop him from doing this work, but I'm going to limit to some things that he's going to do and what he can't do, because I still want to spend more time with him. Hey there, PDX. I really, really appreciate you. I'm thinking that's you, I believe. At least that's what that picture looks like. But anyway, I do appreciate all the prayers that y'all have sent to my dad and my family. It means a lot to us. He is a big part of my group. Hey there, Matt. I appreciate you jumping in. I promised my daddy I was going to try to. Yeah, that's me. I'm appreciate it. The StreamYard here says Facebook user, so I can't see, but I'm looking at my phone most of the time there and try to see who it is when it comes up there. But I told my dad, I said I'm gonna try to get him up into double digits here. If I can get 10 people in here, that'd be great. That would be awesome. Matt said, anytime, my brother. I really appreciate you and your family. I feel so honored to meet you all. I think it's the other way around. I'm honored to meet all of y'all. I never would have dreamed that I would get to meet half of y'all. Um, like I said, though, I told my dad that he's going to be limited things that he does for the group. He's still going to be in the group. He's still going to be in the second command of my group. I owe him all that. Now it does. It shows up now. Yeah, it does. I, hey, Matt. Is Pete saving me a nurse or at least one cake? Yeah, I think you can say he said you can have his chicken. He ate he ate a little bit of stuff today, and the nurse told me that he ate a little bit of chicken that was on his plate and a little bit of cake. He told him to take it back because that chicken wasn't good. He didn't like it. So I said right there, I know my dad's back now because he will tell you if your food ain't no count. It's a miracle, amazing what God can do for you. Sounds about right. Yeah, he tickles him to death to know. I told him that everybody is checking on him. Tell your dad he's not done flirting with me. Laugh out loud. Yeah, he's plus he was picking with the nurse. The nurse had to put the thing on his finger to keep check his oxygen and stuff. And he said that well, the nurse told him, said, I gotta put this back on your finger. He said, why are we getting married? She started laughing, got tickled. I never dreamed that he was gonna bounce back that fast. Don't bother with the chicken if it ain't cooked right, Southern style, not that Yankee crap. I appreciate it, buddy. Hey, Jonathan. Let's see here. Been praying for him. Glad to hear he's better. Yeah, he's getting there. He's not 100% better like I want him to be. There's my 10. We made it double digits for my dad. I appreciate it, y'all. He said that he can't wait to get back. When I got there this morning, he said, man, did you go feed my cat? And I said, yes, I fed your cat this morning before I left the house. He asked about my pig, Barnaby. He's alert. He knows what's going on around him. He knows everything that's going. I don't know. I mean, this is people that I worked with at the golf course, Jessica Van Dunk. Laugh out loud. Don't blame him. Hospital food is not all that good. I'm glad to hear he become himself again, but still many prayers. Yes, I'm really, really can't wait to see him back home. Just for there's my buddy Donald. I appreciate you coming here, buddy. Been praying since I saw your post, John. He will be back. God isn't finished with him yet. Oh, I know. I done seen the miracle work 3 times today. I pray to God every morning, every evening that I have got a wonderful family and a paranormal family and my amazing friends all the way across the board. I pray for each and every one of you every morning that I get up. And I thank you, Donald, for praying for my family, for my dad. You're the one of the reasons why I've got into this YouTube business. I've watched you ever since a long time, and you're an amazing friend. I thank you for stopping by and thank you for keep praying for us. Better to heal slow and right than quick and wrong. You going to have to lay down the law for him. Oh yeah, I'm actually um gonna put my foot down and get him where he needs to be. He's gonna be in some of my videos, but he probably won't end up being in all of them. They did move my dad to the ICU a while ago when I was up there. Nothing bad. They just want to keep more check on him to see uh, how good he would do. The nurses told me that they just going to just keep watch over him all day long, night and day, 24/7, just to see if anything has changes since where his blood pressure and stuff was got real high. They where all that fluid is making his heart weak. He had high blood pressure, and then he when I finally got him to the doctor, he couldn't move, couldn't walk. He just sat there with his head hung down in his lap. I mean, that was so bad that I scared. I thought I was going to stop on I-77 and call the car. I mean, the ambulance. It was so it was so bad that I couldn't drive. I couldn't stay awake. I've been awake for I don't know about 4 o'clock Friday morning, and I finally laid my head down last night for about 2 hours to three, and I've been up ever since. Been going. I can't stop. I can't get my mind off of him. Every time I shut my eyes, I can see my dad in the picture. I think that they're going to do a CT scan. They have to put him to sleep to do it. He keeps moving around. Sure is right. I was thinking the same thing. He needs to take it slow. He's going to be taking it slow, that's for sure. ICU is a good way to steady watch. Yes, that's what he's going to be doing, being watched. He's still delirious while he is in the hospital. He thinks he's got a cold, but it's not. Um, they actually had to put him to sleep to do the scan on him because he keeps wiggling out and they can't get a good picture long enough to do it. But that when he moved, it looked like that he had hemorrhaging in his brain, whatever that means. I don't know nothing about all this doctor stuff. All I know, he's sick. I want him better so we can go back out and mess around with things. Gotta go, busy afternoon. Church in a few hours. Keep us posted. Okay, John. Take care. I appreciate it, Donald, so much. I'm glad you stopped by. You mean the world to me also. I'm sorry that I hadn't got in there trying to finish all your videos, but I'm trying. Now it's harder for me to get going. This is the first time I actually been decently on the computer. I was on my phone earlier, and I still want to give y'all the thanks for bringing us up into double digits today on this. That's my cousin Shasta. I love you too. I hope you read that. Listen to that voice message I sent you a while ago on Facebook Messenger. I think it is. You see why I was actually kind of quiet, and I just had a lot of stuff on my mind. You close to Johnny Dexter. I was up in next to Roanoke, Virginia, where I was at. I don't know much about in Virginia, but I was in Roanoke, close to I can't think of the name of the place now. Well, it was out in the boondocks for their investigation. Trail is in Virginia. Yeah, I have no clue where that's at. don't don't rush. Take care of your dad, brother. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, I'm glad you stopped by. I hope you have a good rest of your night and you have a good church service. Just put my family and my dad on your prayer chain if you don't mind. We really would appreciate it. I see Sam with my aunt just popped in. I do want to appreciate it. I'm up in the double digits. That tickled me to death. I appreciate everybody that is watching and joining in. Uh, got to get going myself, brother. Going to be on a show. We'll catch up with you afterwards. I appreciate it, Matt, man. You don't know how much you really mean to me right now. I mean, it's each and every one of you that's in the chats right now. I mentioned about double digits for my dad, and I looked, and it jumped up to like 10 to 11 to 12, and I like to fell on the floor. I really appreciate it. Much love to you and your family. Love you, bro. I love you too, man. You don't know how much all of y'all mean to me. The class from the investigation. From the investigation, we very happy with our work on the first house. Also, they sent their love and support for a complete recovery. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm sorry that we had to do what we had to do. I do feel like I let y'all down as a team leader, member, group, whatever you want to call me. But I just wanted to, John, I'm watching, sending love and prayers for you and Pete. I appreciate it, Aunt Linda. I appreciate it a lot. The second house will be ready when Pete is. I thank you a lot for understanding what I had to do. I know that I wouldn't been feeling right if I was sat there long enough to want to go do an investigation. Daddy wanted to go to see his mom and daddy so bad he couldn't stand it. I want to go see him. It's just that I couldn't sit there long enough, and knowing he was hurting so bad that I could feel he was hurting. I don't know how to explain it. My dad has never been a big hospital doctor type of person. He's only had one surgery in his life. That was when he had that hernia surgery. It like to killed him that day when he was in the hospital. Then it was just overnight. He recovered from that real good. You could never let us down. Well, I feel like I did. I pray that your dad gets healed, made whole, and not missing nothing broken. Yeah, I appreciate all y'all sending y'all's prayers to Dad. Don't be sorry for any brother. It's your family first about all else. We're here for you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I just wish I could be there with y'all. Yes, I wished I could get you to come out and stay with Daddy for a few weeks. Help me out just a little bit. I don't know how to get things done. I didn't think much of it during the investigation, but we actually caught two responses on the spirit box that said, "Watch Pete." He have it recorded. I have it recorded. We didn't think much of it with that because he said he was just on the sofa. Yeah, I wasn't gonna let him do much that night. I told him to find him a place and set his hind end down. He wasn't gonna walk all over the house. I wish y'all could see what I saw that night before I decided I was gonna leave. It hurt me so bad knowing that he was trying to lay down on the bed and he couldn't pick his legs up to get on the bed. And which the bed was like, I don't know, it was real high. All he can do was just sit on the edge of it. But if you was to go up to the hospital now and you was to see his legs, they look like toothpicks compared to what it was yesterday. I will tell him when I see him again that I was on live and that we had this thing up to 2 digits, double digits in the numbers. He's going to be tickled to death. He knows he supports me in everything we do, but when he gets where he can't move or anything like that, I know he was bad because if you was to know him, he will always are going somewhere. You can't stop him. You know that old saying, we're like cockroaches, you can't stomp us out, and he's one of them. He is, he's there. I mean, he's hard to move around. I think it may have been something letting us know he was in distress. I think so too. Hey there, Devil Dog. I'm glad you stopped by, buddy. I'm just trying to do a little live on here talking about my dad in the hospital right now. Uh, he's he's doing better and everything. I always know you have people to come to if you need to talk. Take care of someone, especially he he's in my prayers for comfort and healing. I appreciate that. Uh, I really do. Just like I say, just keep praying for him. He is a serviceman. He did serve in the military back during when the Vietnam era war was going on. He wasn't in Vietnam, but he was ready to go when they would have called him in. Uh, like I said, he was first. He was in the combat engineers. Then he got into the tank outfit. I can't remember the tank group he was in. Um, he was a demolition man or something. There, he used to where they built bridges. He was the guy that went back and blowed them up after he's got done building them. So I love listening to his stories when he tells them. I'm not uh, being in the military. I wished I could, but my health kept me out. Uh, but he is a army person. He served. There's my friend Liz. Hey there, Liz. I appreciate you stopping by. I just uh, Irene, I appreciate you stopping by again. I know that you was on my thing this earlier today, and I appreciate it. That's Jason, I think. No, that's Shasta, my cousin Shasta, saying hi to Liz. She said hi back, saying hey to Irene for your family. I appreciate that so much. Appreciate it so much. Hey, hope you're doing okay, Jonathan. I'm hanging in there. I'm doing as good as I can. I mentioned a while ago I wished I can get double digits in the views right now for my dad. I want to honor this to him. And you know what? I looked up in that right corner, that left hand corner yonder, and it had jumped up to 10 almost before I even got started with my live. I never had the double digits. I appreciate each and every one of y'all stopping in here. Y'all don't know how much it means to me. Irene told Shasta, hey. Liz told Emma, hey. Irene's giving her a hey back to Liz. Liz giving me a bunch of hearts, giving everybody a bunch of hearts. She's one of the rocks that I look up to. Also, she been an amazing friend to me and to my family. How are you doing, Irene? She never fails. She asks everybody how they doing, how they feel. That I'm telling you, the paranormal unity thing, and it is crazy. We have such a wonderful paranormal family, and yes, we do. Ever since I talked to Matt the other night, um, I know that I got him up out of the bed. I told him I need him to call me for a minute. And I know I got him up out of the bed, and I thought, man, I shouldn't call him. I didn't want him to worry. I didn't want him to be mad at me for calling him that early in the morning, talking to him. But you know what? He answered the phone. He said, I will do it right now for you. He got on live at 3 o'clock in the morning. Had everybody to pray for me and my dad. We'll pray for my dad the most because he needs it. I can't say enough about this group. Give Jonathan some red hearts. I appreciate that, Irene. You don't know how bad it is. You don't know how bad. You don't know how good it makes me feel to know that you're all the way in Japan and I'm here in the States and I can count on all of y'all for prayers and stuff. I don't. You asked me a few years ago, I'll just laugh. I said, no, they ain't no such thing as a family. Every one of y'all right here proved me wrong. I gotta go and get things ready for tonight. Take care of your dad and yourself. Do the investigation. Don't be the investigation. I misread it. Do the investigation. Don't be the investigation. Okay, I got you now. Sorry, I got all teary eyes and I can't see too good. But I appreciate you stopping here, man. I really enjoyed you tonight on my show. I hope y'all have a good investigation tonight. If that's what you're getting ready to do, y'all be safe. Uh, you just have a good night, and I appreciate you stopping by, talking to me, and trying to get me all cheered up. And so I thank you a lot. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I'm so glad that your dad is getting better, Jonathan. And we are all here for you. And we are all praying for your dad. Bless him. I thank you a lot. I know you are praying. Y'all still praying. I can't say enough how much it means to us. Liz saying hi, Matt. No problem. Peace. Got a message from the spirit, and your father is going to be fine. because you need to. I appreciate it so much. This morning I went there around about 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, somewhere in that area. My dad looked like he was in a bad hurting. Uh, he looked like he just all he can do is just breathe. He was actually asleep, but he was moving in his sleep. His hands was jerking, his head was moving, he had his mouth open. Excuse me. And it looked like that he was hurting pretty bad. But I know how he feels. I've been in that type of situation before, but not with my legs swelling up or nothing like that. But I was in the hospital before like that, and he couldn't do nothing. That's great, Irene, about your message for Jonathan's father. Yes, I know he's gonna get better because I think that some of the good spirits that we have visited over the years of investigating, I believe they like Daddy. I don't see why they wouldn't. He never would hurt anything, live or dead. But he is one reason why that I've started this group is because of him. I agree. My dad, he is on up in age. He's 74 years old and still keeping going. I can't get him stopped. But right now, he's slowed down. He's in the hospital. But he was fighting with the nurses yesterday because he pulled his IVs out. He was wanting to come home so bad. It's all he talked about, going home, going home. He wants to go home, see his cat. It's really not his cat. It's just a neighbor's cat, but they can't stay home long enough for it to have any play with the youngins. So he mosey on down to my dad's house and took up with my dad. He could see my dad come out of the house to get on the front porch. And he looked, and here comes that cat just running down the road. I mean, running full blast. If something was out running out front of him, he'll run plumb through it. He knows that Daddy is his best friend. I don't know what kind of cat it is. It's a big gray cat with long hair. I don't know what he is, but he's dark gray. I mean, he's a pretty cat. He needs to be cleaned up some, get him a haircut, stuff like that. From the spirits, and they telling me everything. And yes, we are all family, Jonathan. Oh, I know you're. 74 is young now. Yeah, he's 74 years old. When I was in the fire department, my department number was 74. My unit number was 55. And that's pretty crazy. He got a bit old with my fire department number. Yes, we all have family, and Matt Barron and all the investigators too. Yes, I mean everybody that's in this paranormal is my enemy. I don't care who you are, what you are, where you been. Yeah, tell Pete that he needs to get better soon so he can take me and my date to Wendy's. And I will. I think we'll cheer him up a lot. See, that right there is what I say good laughter is. That's my Aunt Linda, my dad's sister. We've been picking on her with one of my dad's friends. We're going to take them to Wendy's. She can't stand Wendy's food. She couldn't stand my dad's friend either. So we're going to get them hooked up. But that's so good to hear, Irene. Jason telling Liz, hey, my cousin said, no Wendy's, no boyfriend. Well, you might not say no, but your mom says yes. I had to pick on you, Linda. I love y'all so much. I wished I could have stayed out there this weekend with y'all. Maybe when Daddy gets better, me and you and my wife can go out and come see y'all. I do want to take my wife to see my grandma and grandpa's grave. It's it just means a lot to us that all of y'all are in this chat. I mean, I was up to almost to 14 people a while ago. That means a lot to me. If y'all just want to tell y'all's friends, jump in here and bring it up a little more, go further, go into double more digits, up in 20s, that would be amazing. That leaves McDonald's and Burger King laugh out loud. Yeah. You just got to know this guy that we trying to get my aunt hooked up with. I, I tell you what, I would hate to be in that car ride on that deal. See, this is what I want. I want laughter. I want people just get on here and just act crazy and act stupid. You know, this is what makes me feel better when I hear y'all do crazy stuff and y'all laugh. The You're the only friend I have besides the wife. Laugh out loud. That's from Mr. Sam. Man, I do miss y'all so much. I wish I was still working at the golf course and y'all was still there. I've about lost out of the notion going back over there for a while. You know what I mean? I just can't do that kind of work no more. Leah said, "Hey, Jason." My cousin says McDonald's and Burger King is fine, but no boyfriends. I don't need a stepfather at my age. You can't be no more than 20, Shasta. I hate to be in that car too. My aunt. Y'all ain't got no sense. Us too, John. We had so many fun memories. there. I know I've always liked to watch y'all go out on the golf course over there and clean the bathrooms, see all them people. Um, I remember that's where I had my wedding at on the golf course. I don't know if y'all remember that or not, but me and my wife got married there, and we was getting ready to say our dues, and an old guy that worked with us out on the golf course, he was playing golf. They had a little bit of drink, you know. He stood up and said, "You go, Jonathan," like it, hollered out while the preacher was preaching, and everybody just laughed. See, people makes you laugh and go crazy, just make you laugh. Okay, then Piggly Wiggly is it. Piggly, y'all ain't got no sense. I never knew you were married. Yeah, I was. Lord, when did I get married? Back in April 2014, April the 5th. That's the day I got murdered. That's why I like to tell everybody, and they all laugh at me. But yeah, I've been married since 2014. Laugh out loud. They were always up to something on the golf course. You better believe it. You better believe it. That's so funny, Shasta. Linda says, I like Piggly Wiggly. Do they have coupons? I don't know not much about Piggly Wiggly, but I got a bunch of Wendy's coupons you can have. Take that on your date. But yeah, I really appreciate all y'all. You don't know how good this makes me feel. I've got it recorded. My daddy has got YouTube downloaded on his TV now. He got his. I got him on Facebook. He don't know a lot about Facebook. I put him on there so he can look at the group page ever so often. He's really all about paranormal. He loves to do this paranormal stuff. He always uh, wanting to go out every night. They closed our Piggly Wiggly in Virginia. We never had one here in North Carolina, as far as I know. You meet on Wendy's, bro. I like Wendy's food. I like their sandwiches and their chili beans. I didn't used to eat chili beans. Since I got married, my wife went and bought us some, and that's what I had to eat because that's all she got. They okay. I can eat them, but I'm not a big fan of them. But I can eat them. But yeah, I just like to go to the simple places like that. I used to be when I worked at the golf course. I used to be a big McDonald's dude. My buddy I worked with told me that they was going to change it to McDonald's to Mac John's because I supported them there for a long time when I worked at the golf course. Us too. We love Wendy's chili. Yeah, they good. My Aunt Linda says we got to get Pete better, so I mean better so we can get him a girl so we can double date. Oh my word. Y'all ain't right. Date night at Piggly Wiggly has quite a ring to it, better than where my husband wants to take me all the time. The damn 7-Eleven. Oh, right. I didn't see that one from Jason right there. Oh, I ain't got down that far. Yes, you did that first time I saw one going to South Carolina. I don't know much. I have to go to my son to help me with the internet. We didn't have that when we were young, Jonathan. Oh yeah, I know. I've learned a lot this past few months messing with this thing. It took me a long time just to figure all this mess out. Um, Jason, no, you had Morse code. Laugh out loud. Gotta love me, Liz. I I used to tell my dad. Everybody asked how old is he, and I said, "Well, he's 74 years old. But if you want to get all technically about it, he's old enough that he remembers that he used to write with dinosaur bones on rocks and take a hammer and chisel them in. He gets so crazy. He said, "No, you know I ain't that old." Yeah. Oh, as we struggle in my house too. I give it to my daughter. Morse code. Yes, they. I love. Oh, y'all making all these funny things. It's really heartwarming. It's fun. This is what I've been wanting to do for a long time. You're so funny, Jason. I love this. Yeah, you see what I mean by something funny. Just take something, turn around, that's really bad and sad, and turn around, and you have all this fun things going on. I mean, you can't ask for nothing no better than spending some time with friends and family, and just still have a good time doing it. I still can remember the dial up. Yeah, this is my first time having internet. As soon as I got married, my wife she had the internet and the phones and stuff like that. Uh, I never learned how to work a cell phone. I had one when I first started at the golf course. Excuse me. My friend helped me to get one, and I've had that phone for about a year, year and a half, and I decided I want to get me another one. I went to a flip phone. Then I went to a regular smartphone like I got now, and it is smart. It's smarter than I am. I mean, they can say that again, but it's actually a pretty good phone. I like it. I'm actually going to end up getting me another one here for long. to see if to get everything straightened out with all this stuff. Excuse me. Well, I would have to say smoke. I would have to say smoke signals, but I don't think they have them in Scotland. You ain't right, buddy. You should have been. You should have seen me explain a payphone we found in the airport at my 9-year-old a couple of months ago. Oh, I know what you mean by that. Matters of fact, went by a store the other day, and they actually still have two working payphones. There was people out there using them, but I can't remember now where I seen them at. That was really crazy. People don't know too much about the payphones like that. I remember I never used them, to be personally honest with you, because people always done some crazy stuff to them phones, and they put stuff on them. You stick them up to your ear, and you get that mess all over you. So I never really used them. But there's some crazy people out there, back before they all started going to cell phones and stuff like that. Uh, it was uh, yeah, sometimes I have to give my phone and stuff to my nieces and let them help me figure out something other when they're around me. I can't figure nothing out. She knew it was a phone, but the concept of how to dial it was like me asking her to aboard a board a spaceship. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of messages and stuff now from different people. A lot of people still asking about Daddy. Uh, a lot of people sending their prayers through my phone and stuff like that. Jason, you really are so funny. I do love this fun. You're brilliant, Jason. Oh, I'm glad y'all are having fun. It's making me fun. It's making me happy. It's taking my mind off my dad a little bit. I mean, I know he's in good hands right now. I know he's probably up there flirting with the nurses. Uh, I told him earlier, I said, man, you're going to have to quit flirting with these nurses now. I said, you're going to have to say something for all of us. He just looked at me, then he went back over and started talking to that nurse who was in there with him at that time. And I looked at her and I told her, I said, I know he's starting to feel better because he's starting to talk more and he's over there flirting with you now. And I said, I can feel that he's getting better and he's talking. He's not like full sentence, but he is some words I can put together that he is talking. The biggest word I heard him say plain when I told him I loved him, he came back real fast and said, I love you. Plain as day. I mean, he was doing amazing things. He's working on that girlfriend for his double date with my mom and her man. Yeah, that's what we're having for. That's what we're here for. Yes. Um, it's a big relief off my chest when I walked in that room earlier today and I heard him in there talking, and the nurse was in there talking to him. She said, "I want to raise your back up, buddy." Like it. He said, "My name ain't Buddy, it's Houston." I started crying. And I told her, I said, he ain't being mean or nothing. He's just trying to be funny because that's all he is. He's a funny guy. If you ever really sit down and talk to him, you'll really know what I'm talking about. But you're murdered. But you're murdered. Remember. Yeah, I love picking with my dad about that. I tell him a lot. And he'll get laughing at me. I said, "Man," he'll say, "You married? You can't do that stuff." But I ain't married. I can look at him like that. And I said, "My wife tells me I can look at what's on the menu, but don't order." And he gets a tickled. And I miss all the stuff right now that I can't talk to him about, and trying to make him laugh. And I know he'll make me laugh every time we mention it. Say for this is an example. Not yesterday, but Friday we went to eat at McAdoo's there at in Virginia in Salem. I told him, I said, we're going to eat something other and we're going to get ready to go to the investigation. And Jessica said, I told Sam the same thing. And what about Friday at dinner? That's what I was getting ready to tell the waitress. How many times did she call him da, dear, honey, baby? Uh, I don't know. I can't count. I think I run out of fingers on these hands. Uh, I'm gonna tell you what, that really lifted his spirits up when they tell him that. They call him that, he'll look at me and he'll say, she just called me baby. What does she call you, sir? That's gosh, I mean, I don't know. I can't explain how much it feels when your loved one is in the hospital and you're sitting at home and wondering where you want to be at or whatever. Just like I told Matt today, I wanted to be home, and but I want to be at the hospital. When I get to the hospital, I want to be back at the house. But I can't do both because it bothers me knowing that he's up there. I want to look at baseball cards. I enjoy it. It makes me feel at ease when I look at baseball cards. But right now, that's really the last thing on my mind. I tried last night to look at some. It just didn't work. I couldn't deal with it. And Leah said, "That's good that your dad is cheer that what I'm like, Jonathan. I like to cheer everybody up. I'm glad you do. You are a If I can give out badges on Facebook and YouTube for cheering people up like that, you'll be the one to get one for sure." He said, "'Cause none of us was as good looking as he was." He did say that. That's good. That's a good one, Shasta. Yeah. Oh, I know the feeling. See, I mean, wherever I take him, go people. If I can figure out how to get a picture on here, matter of fact, let me get out on my phone here for a minute. Let me show you a picture. This is one of the stories of me and Daddy went and done something together. When I was in the fire service, uh, my friend told me that he was going to take me to the racetrack, to work a racetrack one time. I never been to a car race in my life. We went to the Virginia International Raceway, and if my buddy was on here, he would tell you the same thing. Well, there's this company called WeatherTech, and he said you ain't gonna believe the women in them. They are real, real fine women. I mean, they pretty as a doll. I had my picture taken with them. Then my dad went and had his picture taken with him. And you know how men does when they see a real pretty girl, they gonna check them out like that. Well, they'll walk by and I'll look, just normal, just glance. My dad, he'll look, just glance. He couldn't believe he had his picture taken with all these hot women. Well, long story short, every time they seen Daddy, they took his picture with him. Every time, I don't care if they just had got done taking a picture with him. Within 30 minutes, they done had him snagged up and done took his picture again. My daddy was eating this up. I mean, he was literally eating it up. I'm gonna show you the picture right here, and you will see why he was eating this up. The one, let's see, I think it's the blonde headed girl that's holding his arm. I think that was the one that had more interest in my dad. He was standing there. I don't know how to explain this to y'all to get y'all understand it, but he was standing there and he was so happy. That man was smiling from ear to ear. And I'm telling you, he was out there, he was having fun. That's what Pete told us why the girl was flirting with him and nobody else. I mean, he is in good hands there. You just keep yourself from getting down because he will need you later. I know he's going to need me a lot more here lately. But I want to show you this picture of my dad with these WeatherTech girls. I don't know what kind of instruments that they use to tell the weather, but I have got an idea. But I mean, you can see the smile in his face. You can't not, you cannot, you can't not say he wasn't happy with this. But this is the picture. that were my buddy sent to me after he took. I don't have the picture of me with them, but I did save the one that where my dad was got to be with them. But check this out. Look at that picture right there. Look at his face. Y'all see that? This is at the racetrack where me and him worked. There you go. You can see it there now. This is at the racetrack where we worked at in the fire service, keeping cars from catching on fires when they wreck. And we was working in the pits. That's my dad with WeatherTech girls. The girl that holding his arm, she was all over him that day. He was like, "Where they at? I'm getting my picture taken again. Where they at? I'm gonna get my picture taken." I thought, you don't have to worry about where they at. They gonna find you. And sure enough, I'll be looking for my daddy, and sure enough, there he is, done wrapped up with all them women again. Oh, I see you wearing a better hat this time. Well, cause my UD's out in the truck and I'm too lazy to go out there and get it. But my buddy gave me this one too because it is the cowboy colors. So I didn't go too far astray. I must run in the family. It must run in the family, John, cause Pete's sister, my mom, gets on her handicap scooter and I lose her in the crowd when I found her. She has a gorgeous male movie star leaning down in her face with both hands on her cheeks, talk sweet words. I think next time I need a scooter. Are you sure it's a movie star or she just been delirious and it's that guy from out here, one of our friends? And he just saying, let's go to Wendy's. Oh, I had to say that. When you get it, you got it. When you when you got it, you got it. He's a ladies' man. What can we say? Laugh out loud. Oh, I'm telling you, man, you wouldn't believe it. That's good to see your dad smiling, Jonathan. That's a great picture. I'm gonna tell you what, that man, he never stopped talking about that. He asked me the other day when we're gonna go back to the race. I said, I ain't going back to no race. Not the attention you got. He just starts laughing. But he he has fun. He does make things a little easier. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a phone call. Um, I think it was somebody on the spirit team. Uh, like I say, I just wanted to come on here and just start having fun. That's all we can do is have fun, fun, fun. Oh no, he was the cop from the movie Saw. Me and Pete knew how to work things. Oh, I know I can't take none of y'all. Y'all are what's that saying? Y'all are the true Myerses. Can't take y'all nowhere. Very true. I have to go now. Thank you, Jonathan. No, thank you, Liz. Uh, Thank you for being in here, talking to us, having fun. I'm actually going to get off of here in a few minutes anyway myself. Uh, I might try to see if I can't catch the show that Matt's on. And have y'all ever seen the movie Moonshiners? Not movie, but the TV show Moonshiners. I forgot about this one. This is when I broke my ankle. Me and my dad was riding around Mount Airy up there, up in town, Mayberry, North Carolina. You would think. Uh, they had the moonshine cars up there. They was doing the moonshine that week. And this is another picture. We got our picture taken with one of the stars in the show. What they call Big Chuck. Check this out. That was a cool evening that night. It was back in June or something like that. I don't know if y'all can see it good enough or not. But that is one of the TV show guys from the Moonshiners. That was me and my dad took our picture with him. He said, I asked him when I went to meet him, I said, man, you got any samples? I need some samples. My leg's hurting. He laughed and he said, no, I wished I did. Oh, you're so right, John. We can't take our parents anywhere. Bye, Liz. Much love to you, dear. Yeah, I've like I say though, I enjoy all the things that me and my dad has going to all these years, all the opportunity that each and every one of y'all have helped us to do more of all of this. Uh, I don't know everything about the paranormal. I'm not claiming to be all I know about it. I still have plans for our group to go to Scarefest next year so we can meet people from TV and promote our group and the P3 program. Yes, I do uh, like to move out the PT program, get it out there, move it on up to the next level till so far that we can't go no further with it. But I've done said it time to time. P3 program is a different atmosphere. You've seen that, my cousin Shasta's, you've seen that when we went on the battleship. It was a big deal to me. I've always said it and I will still say it. I was scared to death that day of all the people that I was going to be meeting up with. I didn't know all of them. I never met some of them. All the ones I have met is just what I've talked to them on the chats. I was scared. I met Matt. Matt was the first one I met, and I was scared so much that I told my wife that I was actually wasn't going to go to the investigation. And she said, well, you do what you want to do, but we came all this way. And I said, well, I guess I did. So I got ready and got going. I'm going to go, John. Talk later. Love you. Tell Pete go to get better soon, and I love him. I will. I know he knows you love him. I just wish y'all can be here with us, be with me. We were all stronger, but once we crossed into the room, we were family. Yeah, I think that I can't explain how all this is connected to my heart. This family thing about the being family. I've said it before, and I say it again. Even my cousin can tell you I've worried her to death. I know sometimes she can be like she gonna slap me silly when I always talk to her about the paranormal. I told her I wanted to start my own group because I have seen some groups on TV that actually a legit group and they care about one another and stuff like that. I want to be in a same situation where I know that I have lots of friends. Uh, but I didn't think I was going to be in this paranormal society world. Uh, I don't know how I got back interested in this stuff. I used to watch it on TV. When my mom was alive, I told her, I said, you wouldn't catch me doing that. If I seen something, I would have been gone. I would say, see ya. I do remember this one show I watched where this girl, she was born, she was real small, and then they moved into a house and she kept seeing this man out in the yard and she went inside and asked her mom, can she go with that man? I cannot think of the name of that show. I just seen it again the other day. And she called her husband home from work to check around. He went and got his gun out and went and checked around the house, didn't see nobody, stuff like that. And I always told my mom, I said, I will never do that. I said, I will never get the, I would have took off running. And that was it. I would not be there. But they lived in this house where that man had died in. Uh, he comes back and all this and that. Then when she growed up, everybody started making fun of her at school and stuff like that. But she still sees that man in her house, and she's done up in the grades. You know, she was like a junior, senior, and stuff in high school, and she's then after she got on up in age there, that spirit that was in that house started turning dark, he was something that was there was mean, and therefore they was making fun of her and all that kind of stuff like that. And they had people coming to that house and checked it out and stuff. And there just one guy came there by himself, and he got out of the car and he looked at the house and he seen something in the window, and he got scared. And he said that was the only time he seen a house in the middle of summer that had frost on the glass of the upstairs room. He said he knew there was something over there that wasn't right. He didn't even stay investigate. He took off. And I always told my mama, I said, that's what I would be doing. I said, I would took off. I wouldn't even attempt to go to the house. But now it's on the other foot. I want to go help people. That's the reason I got into this field. If I can't help you, I want to find somebody that can help you. I don't know a lot about all of this stuff, but I do know some about some of it to help get ourselves around. How was your trip? Well, we didn't stay gone on the trip long enough to figure out how good we had it. We did one investigation at a house that we had to do, had to bless it. I think it turned out good, but we had to come back that night late. I had to get my dad to the hospital. Um, he is doing better than what he was yesterday. He was out of it. I didn't know what was going on. His legs was swelled up so bad that they was getting ready to bust any minute. I've been praying to God about everything, and he's doing better today than what he was yesterday. They did put him in ICU. I appreciate you stopping by and praying for me. He needs a lot of prayers that he can get right now. He is an amazing man. He served in the military. He pulled 11 years. He was in the U.S. Army. Yeah, I think his health was getting a little rough. The doctor told me today that they think that he might have had a mini stroke or suffering from a mini. I don't know how they get to be a mini heart attack, but that's what he said, or something to that effect that made his leg start filling up with fluid. It got so bad his heart was weak on the left side where all that fluid gathered around, and uh, but this show here is all about him today. Everybody wants to chime in and make somebody laugh. That sounds good to me. That's what this show is, just about laughing. It's not about paranormal talk. I mean, we can do paranormal talk. It's whatever y'all want to do. It will help me get my mind off my dad a little bit. This is the first time I went longer than 2 hours without bawling my eyeballs out. My dad means the world to me. You know how things get when you got parents that you love so much and you want to be there and do everything for them. That's what I feel. I hate to leave John, but Bella is calling for me. Please know we are all praying for him and you. We are sending all our love, and Bella sends her prayers and loves to Paw Pete. That's what she always calls him. Oh, yeah, and also tell her that Tape Man says, hey, if you don't mind. Yeah, she always calls my daddy Paw Pete. She Shasta's little girl. The day I got married, the day she started walking by herself. Uh, we got married April 5th of 2014. Excuse me. And they come to my house. We just had built our house. We hadn't been in it long. And she was just a little bitty old thing. I mean, she wasn't about that old, you know. And she started playing around, and she just got up. My mama was still alive then, because she was at my wedding. My mama was, which it meant a lot to me. Uh, which my mom was sitting on the couch and I was sitting in a recliner. My cousin and she never did sit down. I don't think she was walking all through the house, checking the house out. And she was carrying her youngin' Bella in her arms. Well, she was getting heavy, so she just set her down in the floor. And my mom looked at her and she said, "Come here, Bella." That youngin' stood up by herself and took off to my mama. She walked to my mama. Her first steps was in my living room in my house. And that was really meant a lot to me. Me and my wife still sit and talk about that day, that night when that happened. Uh, her birthday is 3/25. So she had just turned a year old. Yeah, he is okay. They have took him into ICU. They want to do a little more tests on him. They done some tests today, but they couldn't do them because he was squirming around so bad in the bed that he couldn't lay still long enough for them to do his head scans and his body scans and all the other scans as they had to take. But he is alert. He is doing better. His legs has gone down. He's back to normal in his feet and legs now. He just got a lot of he just had a lot of fluid on his legs, making his legs swell up so bad. Yesterday they would look so awful. It hurt me to see him in that kind of shape. I'm gonna tell you what, I never cried so much in my life when I got him out of the truck at the hospital, well, them two nursed me and got him out. Was I couldn't do it. I was so nervous wreck. I don't even know how I drove down the road. Uh, it was really nerve wracking. I cut the light on to check to see if he was still breathing. That's how bad it got. Uh, he, my dad really means a lot to me. He's been my angel here on earth for the longest I can remember. Like I said, he is a service guy. Um He's actually was in the service for 11 years back in the era when Vietnam was going on. He was just about being shipped out. He didn't want to go. He saw the opportunity to be a cook, which I am proud of him for that. I don't care what he was doing that for. If he was in there just to clean toilets, I was still proud of him because he has a U.S. Army on his chest. Um, I really, really appreciate him for doing all that for our country. I didn't have the opportunity with my health like it is, or I would have been went in. Uh, so I really, really appreciate everything he has done for us. When I was growing up, like I said earlier in my earlier video, when I was growing up, we actually had to set our phone off the hook, if you know what I mean by that. We had people calling us starting on Monday, ending on Friday, calling us, wanting us to come work in biker with them. We need some primers. Can you come and help us? Yeah, we'll be there. Before we hang up, I'm a daggone if we didn't get another call before the phone even got on the hook. No, we done promised somebody this time. You should call me last night or earlier today. It never fails. It always calls us because they know that they can count on me and Daddy and my brother. I miss those days. I've can't. I've always sat and just think about all them days that we've done over the years and all that like that. But he he has a lot to do with the shape that he trying to make me grow up to be. I want to be like him when he was my age, if not a little younger. He had 3 jobs at one time, then he had 4 jobs at one time. That was before I even was born. When he lived in Virginia, when he was still living at home, he said he will go to one job and he'll work it for 8 hours and get off that job and go home, change clothes long enough, and go back to another job and do it all day long. He was a security guard at a hospital one time, and he was something else. Then he went back to his other job. He was a security guard at another hospital. So I remember him telling stories about that. He used to tie the cell tags on the dead people in the morgue when he was a guard. He said he had to help pull knives out of people's chests and stuff like that. I couldn't do none of that. There ain't no way I could do that. Those steps she took were her first steps on her own, and I couldn't have picked a better person for her to have walked to. The joy and tears in your mama's eyes that night made her first steps so memorable to me. I know that was awesome, and now I bet you wish you wouldn't be walking around. She's wide open. She's like a bullet on a case of energy drinks. I mean, yeah, that night was something else. That was a something else night. I remember it just like it was yesterday, and we still talk about it a lot. Me and my wife does. I mean, we hadn't even been in this house, not even a day. My wife moved in before we got married, but I never did move in here until after we got married. And now it's it's just crazy. I mean, I don't understand where time has gone, but time is moving pretty fast. And she actually was I don't know what you say, walking. But she was just about practically in the run to my mama, and my mama even talked about that. She was tickled to death. She couldn't believe that she took off to mama like that. And when my mama was live, that's all she talked about too. Did you see how she took off walking towards me? I was the first one she walked to by herself. I said, "Yeah, she took her first steps in my house." I wished I would have put a little blue X on the floor with tape and write her name where you set her down at, and she took off walking. Wouldn't that be a trip to see? But yeah, that's like I say though, that's what kind of memories I'd like to do. That's what kind of um what I say um the laughter, the fun, all this fun we just had tonight on this live right here I did. It was so awesome. Jessica was taping it with her phone. I'm not sure is if she still has it. To be honest with you, she probably don't on this phone call. She had got her a new phone. Um, her old phone that she had at the time, we can't figure out how to get back into it because it's dead. It won't charge up. The little porthole where you stick your charger in at, that little chip in there is all jacked up. If there's any way we can figure out how to get her information off of that phone, all her pictures and videos and stuff, because I think it's got a picture of her of our first niece on there when she was born. Uh, I think it does, but we can't get into it. It won't come on. It won't charge up because the little porthole in there is messed up. Uh, you know how things is when they make stuff now. They make it cheap. They don't make nothing that lasts no more than 20, 30 minutes. Seem like the only thing I can make good now that is the best thing is the Dr. Pepper. That's the only thing that's good anymore. But yeah, I might just go ahead and end here. I might go in there and try to lay down and rest for a little bit. I appreciate each and every one of y'all jumping in here. Thank y'all so much for going up into double digits for me. That meant a lot. I think I had up to what 11 or 12 people in here watching. That was really amazing. I I don't know why or how that happened. All I asked is said, "Can we get this up to 10 digits for my dad?" I looked away just for a second, looked back, and that son of a gun was just up there at 10, just in 1 second. Love you too. Good night, Shasta. I appreciate you being in here. I'm getting ready to get out of here myself. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that's stopping in here and talking and chatting. Appreciate all the laughs, all the fun. I'm gonna try to find out all them Wendy coupons I'm gonna save next time I see you, Linda. Uh, if I don't forget, I'll sneak over and take a picture of your man for you and send it to you. Uh, hey there, Sam. I know you still watching, bub. I feel your presence, but I do thank you a lot, man, for coming in here too. You're one of my good friends from the golf course. Uh, I really, really thank y'all a lot for coming up in here in the chats. All this stuff here that made me laugh while y'all was talking earlier. Uh, Jason, Liz, uh, Irene. You know, all this is so fun. Matt, I can't forget Matt because he's a real good guy to me. Uh, I mean, it's really heartwarming. And Emma from PDX, she was in here too. Sam, his wife was in here. Aaron was in here. My cousin, uh, my aunt, my dad's sister, Linda, she was in here with us talking. In case y'all didn't know, my group, Crossover Paranormal Society, we are all family except for three of us. Me, my dad, Linda Myers, and Shasta Myers, we're all kin. Linda and my dad are brother and sisters. My dad is the oldest one. Um, Michael, when y'all see him on the channels and group or coming up in here, he is one of my good friends at work. He don't work with us now. He had to quit, but he's still in my group. I talk to him a lot. He is one that we call Tape Man. My cousin Shasta's little girl named him that because every time we need a piece of tape, he'll be there with a tape, and she just named him the Tape Man. So that's all she talks about now. Tell Tape Man I said hey. Tell Tape Man I said hey. That was really, really awesome. Jessica said, "We love you and your dad, John. Hang in there. We are always here for you, and you need anything." I appreciate that a lot. Um, y'all know my dad pretty good. Y'all seen him at Walmart. We always stop and talk when he talks to y'all. He don't know y'all, but he'll still talk to you. You know that because he's done talk to y'all all the time. Uh, that's what I was getting at earlier. That it don't matter who it is, what it is, whatever your beliefs are, what your color or what your religion is. He's going to talk to you no matter what. And he is a different people than what most people are. He don't mind talking to anybody about anything or whatever. And he does love the paranormal field. Me and him started this group together. It was really supposed to be just me and him, but it hadn't happened that way. It was me and a bunch of others, which I would not change nothing about it. I am thinking if anything ever happens to him, what am I going to do with the group? Um, that's a good question that I've been asking myself. Uh, I probably will end up keep doing it for a little while longer. I want to see this channel grow, see the Facebook grow. I want to, I want it to be big, like I've been telling him. It's going to get big. It's going to get big. I do want to get our channel monetized just for him because he is the reason why Crossover is a group right now, because he'll go out and say, "Hey, do we need this for the group?" And I said, "No, we can wait, get till we got our money built up. Now, but daggone, if he ain't done got in the buggy and done ready to go." I mean, he is big with the paranormal group right now. He wants to be so involved in everything. I can't tell him no, we ain't going. He wants to be involved in every little detail. And he got ill the other night because when we was at the clinic, he couldn't do much of setting up. He gave out too quick. And that was some of the reason why he couldn't go upstairs that night. He's been having this problem with his legs, hurting him every once in a while, but this is different. This is something that was serious. I feel bad for going on the trip this weekend, but we had to come back home. I've made that decision, and I had to do it, because if I didn't, I would have lost him, and I wouldn't have him by my side like we should be in for a long time. That's the only reason why I came back home the other night. Didn't even get to stay in my hotel room, and I went ahead and paid for both nights. Uh, y'all know how it is when you got a loved one that you take care of like that. It hurts you, bothers you, and it does really take an emotional strain on your body. Brings you down quicker than anything in this world. But watching them two guys getting Daddy out of my truck, out of the front seat of my truck, and they literally was holding him. I mean, he was like dead weight, and them two guys got him up out of that truck, bear hugging him, and taking him on back to the back. Didn't even stop at the registering desk or nothing. I mean, they literally pushed him on back and pushed him all the way through the thing. Didn't care. They done had him in the room, done had a gown on him, done had stuff hooked up to him. And I went and parked my truck, and I went up there in front, and I cried the whole time I was there. I kept asking that woman, "Are they taking good care of him? Will they please get him better for me? Would they do it?" I mean, I bet that woman wished she could slap me to shut me up. I was squalling, man. I can't explain how I felt that day. But just keep praying for us. Just uh I will keep you further updates on what's going on tomorrow. I am going back to the hospital tomorrow. I figure that he'll probably be in a little bit better of shape than what he was today. He was he was awake and alert long enough to get him some Pepsi. He said he wanted him some Pepsi. He's a big Pepsi drinker. I try to get him in a Dr. Pepper situation, but he don't like Dr. Pepper. He wants to go back to Pepsi. But I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. We He's hanging in there. I want to call him a trooper because he's hanging in there like crazy. I rubbed him on top of his head this morning, and he just looked over at me a little bit with his eyes barely open. Then he'll close them. Then he'll roll back, look at the wall. Then he'll roll over and I tell him again I love him. I kissed him on top of his head there. And I tell you what, it's really heartbreaking seeing him there, and I know I can't get to be there. Your dad is so sweet. Yeah, I really appreciate all the kind words all y'all have been saying about my dad. He is an amazing person. If y'all hadn't ever really met him, I want to start having him on my shows, my channels a little more. He has been in a lot of my videos when we go out at nights. He don't like the videos that much. He don't like doing the lives all that much. But I think I think he does enjoy it more because he knows that me and him are a team. We go out to places to do videos together. Like I said, when we went to the battleship, it was a honor to get to meet each and every one of y'all P3 programmers. I'm really glad that we actually did the battleship so I can meet a few of y'all. This right here has given me a wake up call about a lot of stuff. So I'm going to try to do better as a group leader of the crossover. I want to do a big things with this group. And I'm so happy I got to. Yeah, it was a different type of investigation that we did. You know, the battleship was really fun, but I more enjoyed being there with everybody else instead of investigating. I love to see people being happy, um, being there for each and everybody. It was really a good time to spend with family and friends, which I can't keep saying friends no more because Matt says he's gonna come back and kick my butt if I do it. But I'm so happy I got to meet him at the battleship. He was such a sweetheart and so much fun to hang out with. Yeah, he still talks about that day. I screwed up the first comment. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, like I said, though, he enjoyed it. He had fun with all of y'all. He still talks about the battleship. He can't wait till we go on the next one. Uh, like I said, he loves the clinic. We've been going to the clinic for God knows how long. He loves that place. I love that place. The two guys that owns it are really good friends of mine. Uh, we have a good bond with them too. Uh, they ask about Daddy all the time, which I still need to try to send them a message and let them know about Daddy. And I wish y'all could see the conversation me and my dad had today about my card I got him. I couldn't find no flowers that says "I love you, Daddy" on it. It's just all these little weird looking flowers. But I did get him a get well card. I put in my wife's name and my name, and I put C.O.P.S in there for him. So that means for all of my family, C.O.P.S family from the group. And I know in his heart that he loved it. He said, I think heard him say thanks. And I got him this little bulldog thing. It says best dad ever. To me, in my eyes, he was the best dad ever. He is the reason why uh, why I'm the type of person I am now. I'm trying to fill his shoes, which that will never happen. I can never fill his shoes up. He is he has got more friends than I can shake a stick at. And now he added all his paranormal group friends everywhere across the world too with me. I told him from the day one that I really wasn't doing this just to be growing. I just want to do this to have fun, spend time with him. And I'm glad I did because this weekend I could not had no more time with him. You know what I mean? But the other night when I was talking to Matt, I made myself right then and there. Yes, I'm gonna go on home. I don't care what anybody says. Like I said, I did feel like I let my team down on an investigation. We still have one more house to investigate. We both was excited, but my dad, I know he was in more pain and Carter got liver pills. I mean, that was very noticeable, things like that. So I'm gonna have to get off of here, y'all. It's already done been on here for 2 hours. Um, I started at 7 o'clock, I think. No, it was 6 o'clock. Yeah, it's been 2 hours already. Excuse me. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave out with a P3 program video. Everybody that's been in the chats, if any of y'all still here watching in the background, go ahead and check out all of these amazing people on this video. Check out their channels and YouTube pages and give them likes and subscribe to them. Comment on their thing so they know that it will stick. Go follow them and watch them and just have a good time and enjoy a bunch of our shows like Minnesota Spirit Hunters is on here. Uh, Matt, he's on here. Go check out him. He's the paranormal consultant. Uh, I'm on here. You can go check out my YouTube channel and Facebook if you want. You don't have to, but you can. A lot of my videos are on Facebook. My dad is on there also. You can go and like some of the videos if y'all want. You don't have to. You can You can actually join the group there if you want to. It's totally up to you. If y'all like what y'all see, if you don't have to, but I really appreciate it. It will mean a lot to me and my dad. Um, Liz is on here too. Y'all can go check her out. She's been in the chat. She's a big part of the group. I mean, y'all will see what I'm talking about. Here it is. This is the P3 program video that Marcus has made from the Minnesota Spirit Hunters. He has worked on this thing. He has done wonders with it, and I heard that it's still growing and he ain't finished with it, or they're making a new one. So I don't have a foggiest idea what's going on, but P3 program is blowing up right now. And after the video, I'll come back and say my goodbyes, and I want to get on out of here. I got me some baseball cards over in my other bedroom, my big bedroom. I might go in there for a little bit and watch videos on my phone. I got back into watching Beverly Hillbillies. I can't quit watching them rascals. They're so funny. Things like that, it makes you so happy, enjoy. I hadn't enjoyed baseball cards in the past week so far because just my dad's in the hospital now, and he's been sick. He's been battling this for a week or so, it seemed like. And I told him I was going to haul his hind end to the doctor. He didn't want to go. He kept arguing with me. We always got in a little argument about it over going to the doctor. Well, the other night, I finally hauled his hind end to the doctor. I wasn't taking no for an answer. He was sitting in the truck. He didn't know where he was at. He was really delusional. He was out of it. And he was just talking out of his head. And I told him, I said, man, I love you too much to let you go now. And I ain't going to let you go now. So I told him I want to take him to the doctor. I got his hind end up there after I come back from Virginia. I was driving so fast, I didn't care if there was a cop behind me. They were going to arrest me when I got to North Carolina because I wasn't stopping. My dad means more to me than a daggone fistful of tickets. But I'm actually glad I got him back in town and got him to the hospital. I know that I talked to him the other day about it, but I know he wasn't going to. I know he wasn't going to go if I told him I was going to. He wasn't going to go if we would have went to the doctor in Virginia. I know he wouldn't. So I told him, I said, well, if I take you back to North Carolina, can I take you to the doctor? He said, yes. If we get back to North Carolina, I'm going to the doctor. And that was a big burden come up off my chest. I'm sitting here looking at my phone out of the corner of my eye, and I just saw something other flew on my phone there just like it walked right by it. I don't know. Crazy things happen. Well, this is the video, and I'll be right back, y'all. I appreciate that, y'all. Yeah, just like I say, just go ahead and go over and check those out. Each and every one of those people in that video, they do have good content that comes out. Um, God bless you and prayers for your dad. I really appreciate that a lot. What was wrong? My dad was admitted into the hospital yesterday. He just had a bad fluid in his legs. He couldn't pick his legs up. It was so much. The doctor told me today that he had probably about a gallon or two in his each leg. They've been giving some stuff to get that out. He's been a trooper through all this, but they have got him in restraints right now because he was trying to get all them wires and hoses off of him. He wanted us to come home. I told him he ain't coming home until they give him 100% okay that he's good enough to do come home by himself. 'Cause I don't have nobody there to help him out. I can't stay with him all the time because I work. I don't have anybody that I know of that can help me out for a while. Um, but I do thank every one of y'all that really send y'all's prayers to him. Thank y'all for getting up into double digits on this channel, on this video. I mentioned it earlier. Let's see if I can get double digits for my dad. And I'd be daggone if it didn't happen just that quick. If you're not into paranormal as much, this is a big family group. That video I just showed you is a P3 program that I am a big part of. I am honored to be in that group with all them amazing teams. I wouldn't be in that group if it hadn't been, like I said, from Mason that uh, got me hooked up with Matt, talking to Matt. Uh, we did have some good times when we went to the battleship. We had a good investigation. Mr. Fedora, he was a blessing to be with also. I know I hadn't said that much about him just a few minutes ago, but he was another one that I met, and it was an honor to get to investigate with him. He was everything that I knowed he was going to be when I first met him online. That he was cool, that he was a real good guy. I talked to him one night. Uh, then we got to investigate with him, me and my cousin Shasta. That was a great night. But just go over and please follow them on that's on that video. I can't sit here and tell you who all was on it. Patty from the G team right there, she's on here. I mean, it's nothing to think about that you don't really have to like the paranormal. You can still be skeptic and still do the paranormal thing. But the paranormal field is nothing but just a big group of family, friends that's going out and doing stuff that's fun, trying to get some evidence, uh, put up some good contents for videos for all of our entertainments and watch how people act That's my biggest part a lot of times. Watch how people acts about things. Uh, I go to work a few minutes early so I can sit in the parking lot and watch people. You want to talk about some laughs? You get some laughs. You'll be laughing so hard you had to go home, change your britches. You'll be peeing in 'em. I mean, that's how people are. They just so crazy, and you wonder how, Lordy, how did he get to be that old now? Dumb things he does. He should have been gone a long time ago. Dumb as he is, you know. That's that's what makes the day goes by fast. I'm not going to do much tomorrow. I'm going to go see my dad for sure. That's the main thing I've got in my mind I'm going to do tomorrow. Um, it's my dad means more to me than life itself. Here's one of my good friends, Lisa. Key to the other side paranormal. It's of love to you. Yeah, I appreciate you, Lisa. I'm glad you stopped by. Can you believe the numbers that I had in on this video tonight? I mentioned one time saying if y'all can go to double digits for my dad. I got up to 10 to 12 people in this video right here. It really hit home. Supposed to say lots of love to you. Yeah, I just want to, like I said, I thank y'all a lot. I couldn't really do this without y'all right now. Right now, the paranormal stuff is on the back burner in my mind. My dad is my number one priority. I just want y'all to keep praying for him and lift him up and just send him all kinds of hugs and loves and everything. That's what this show right here is about tonight. It wasn't about no paranormal. It's about my dad. Just to show him once he gets better and he actually watches this show and he can go back through there, he'll say, I love y'all too. That's what I want to happen. He loves all of y'all so much that I can't quit doing the paranormal because he will be mad at me. He will kick me from here to Texas and back. He loves each and every one of y'all. He does get a lot of enjoyment out of being in this paranormal stuff with me. We done, supposed, like I've always said, it's supposed to be a father and son deal. Then my buddy Michael got in, and then it just went from there, went all the way up to the top. I've got 7 people in the group, and it's supposed to be only 2 of us. It's, I mean, it's a big deal to my dad. Lots of healing prayers to your dad, and praying for strength for you whole family. I really appreciate that. Uh, I really, really, really appreciate everything that each and every one of y'all have done. Like I said, I talked to Matt the other night before I came home off the trip. I was outside of our hotel room. I had to go to the truck and get my dad a drink of water, a bottle of water out of our cooler, and It just hit me all of a sudden. I sit there and watched him. Couldn't even stand straight up. He was all humped over, hanging on the bed. Couldn't get his legs up on the bed. They was so big enough they was going to bust any minute. I felt so bad for my dad that I was literally crying so hard that it bothered me so bad that I knowed if didn't get him to the doctor, it would have been too late. I miss him so much right now that I'm trying not to cry on camera. I'll probably end up doing it before I go to bed. This past few nights, I actually cried myself to sleep. One thing I feel like I'm a bad son because he's in the hospital and I'm at home, but I know I can't do nothing for him. The doctors are there to help him out. I can't do it. I wished I could because I tell you what, I would take his place in a heartbeat. He don't really deserve being sick. He did turn 74 this month, first day of May. I always look at him as young because we we always done a lot together, even when my mom passed away. I think me and him got more and more closer. I was close with my mom too, and I'm telling you, he's something else. Those videos, I mean, those pictures I showed y'all of him with them women at that racetrack that day. I'm telling you, if he could get one in his bag that night when we was coming home from the racetrack, he will find some way to fold two or three of them up coming there with us. I mean, that's just him. He's crazy. He's really crazy. He's all that I want to be when I get up in his age. Just like my cousin Shasta said the other night, well, tonight about Friday, week before we done our investigation, we went to eat at McAdoo's, and the waiter looked at me and said, "What do you want, sir?" Then when she got over to Daddy, she called him honey, baby, sugar. I thought, okay, she's my age, not my dad's age, and he just laughs, just eats that up. God, he just eats that up. But I do miss him. I do feel like I'm a bad son. Everybody says I'm not, but need to talk. I'm here. I am always here. Hugs to you. I appreciate that, Lisa. I appreciate that a whole lot. I'm trying to not think about the paranormal stuff right now. I have canceled all of my functions for the next few weeks. I got to get my dad back. This might be my last thing on the YouTube and Facebook right now until I get him all straightened out. I really appreciate that. But see, the way I say I feel like I'm the bad son, I feel like I have let him down. He told me not take him to the doctor and drop him off and leave him. I stayed with him all day yesterday. I got up Friday morning at I think it was like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, something like that, to get ready, get my truck packed. Uh, Never even got to lay down Friday when we got to our hotel room. Never did. Uh, we went to eat at McAdoo's. He was a little fine, but his legs was hurting him. I know it was. He couldn't walk. I can't wait to see him walk out of that hospital. I've said I might go on with the paranormal, but with the group, I don't know if I don't want to leave the paranormal field. I don't want to stop the group, but I felt like I let my team down the other night when because we had another investigation Saturday night. We were supposed to be home today, and the plans didn't get to work out the way I wanted it. I am a little upset like that because I'm afraid I let my team down. Didn't want to go investigate, but all things aside, I did want to investigate Saturday. I wanted to go up to my grandparents' grave. Uh, I will be doing a shout out tonight for your family. I appreciate it. You let me know what time you're going on or whatever. Send me the link to get over to your video. I would dang sure watch it. You know I will. Take all the time you need, Jonathan. The spirits aren't going anywhere. You did let you didn't let anyone down. Yours be at 8 Central, so mine it will be. What time would that be here? I don't even know what time that would be coming on here. Is that tonight? Or what night is it on? Because I'm getting ready to end here. And if you don't mind, just go ahead and send me the link when it comes on. And I will comment in the chat. Okay. You have 7:30 now. I've got 8:34 now. Yes, tonight, 30 minutes. Okay, so that'd be 9 o'clock my time then, right? So that'd be 8 your time. So I got 8:35. Yeah, I'll go ahead and go get me another Dr. Pepper. And I'll go in yonder and get into my master bedroom and lay down on the bed and I'll watch it. And I do really thank each and every one of y'all. I'm not singling one person out. I played that video because that video's got everybody in it. I can't sit here and thank everybody individually because there's like 100 of us. I'll be here from doomsday. You're an hour ahead of us. Yeah, I can't never remember that. I get so crazy. Love you, Jonathan. I am going to finish getting ready. I appreciate it, Lisa. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for doing everything that you have done for me. You and Matt and Marcus and everybody. I can't tell y'all how much this means to me. Me and my dad, like I always said, we was supposed to be just us two. We're doing this for me spending time with him. Then my cousin and my aunt joined the group. And then, well, first it was Michael. He joined my group. And then two others joined my group. We won't say. Uh, then I got Mark. He's in the group. You've seen Mark. He's out there too. He's crazy. Then Joseph. You've seen Joseph on my show once, two times. He's a good guy. I'm telling you this. I mean, he's a good guy. And that's my team and my cousin and my aunt. That's my group right there. I don't really need anybody else in the group. I can keep up with that many. It's hard enough to keep up with that many. But I will one of these days get around and investigate with you and Marcus and all of y'all up north there. I do want to come to Minnesota so bad. That's where one of my favorite baseball team is, the Minnesota Twins. Of course, if you ever understand the reason why I like the Minnesota Twins, because I have collected one player that hit the home run against the Braves in the World Series games. Then that's when I said, "Yep, that's my team." 8:30 now. I will send link when we are on. I really appreciate that. You go ahead and go get ready. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here and go get me a drink and get ready for bed. And I'm gonna go ahead and tune in there and get ready to watch you. It might take me a little bit to get to it and everything, but my phone over here is about dead, and I let it go. I must go dead today when I was at the doctor. I mean, at the hospital. Uh, but I love each and every one of y'all. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for all the love and the support. Um, thank y'all for y'all's prayers. They are working. I seen a miracle in my dad today from this morning to a few minutes ago. There's two different dads laying there in that bed now. You know, this morning I couldn't stand to be there. I had to leave. It hurt me so bad to listen to him moan and groan. I couldn't do nothing for crying. And I didn't want to see him. I didn't want him to see me standing there crying like a little baby. But he is hanging in there, and I appreciate all y'all praying for him. I love each and every one of y'all. I can't imagine my life without him. I told my wife that today. I said, I just can't see him going yet, and he ain't going to be going because we got unfinished business to do. So that's all I have to say, and I thank y'all for joining me on this happy little adventure. I'm so tickled that my dad is doing amazing, better than what he was yesterday. I can't tell you how good that makes me feel. I got to see my buddy Donald up in here a while ago. He's all the way from Washington State. Uh, he deals with baseball cards like I do. He's once got me into YouTube world. I wanted to be just like him with baseball cards, you know. I wanted to do something with my dad. So I decided to go ahead and do the paranormal field with my dad, put it on YouTube, have fun with him. And That's the way it went. My first love was baseball cards, then paranormal. Somehow it ended up in my life. Somehow I don't know how. And then I met all y'all incredible friends. Well, take that back. Y'all incredible family. Because I know Matt's watching. I know he is. If he heard me say friends, he's going to come all the way to North Carolina, say it, and whoop my butt. So he says we're family. He's going to be the big brother. But yeah, I love y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank y'all for y'all's um, concerns about my dad, all the questions that you have asked, and I've tried to answer the best way I can. Thank all y'all for coming here. Thanks for that double digits in the chat there. I really appreciate it. You don't know how much that meant to me. I'm gonna send that to my dad. When I go tomorrow, I'm gonna say, "Hey, my stream last night I did just for you got all the way up in double digits." I told him I was gonna make a double digits video one of these days, and I did now, and that's him. And he was the center of attention tonight. That's all I wanted to do. I don't care much about paranormal right this part of the moment. I do, but I don't care much about it until my dad gets back on his feet. And if he keeps going strong like he is now, it will be soon. But he's gonna be slowed down some. I ain't gonna let him do a lot like he used to do. I'm making him slow down. He's not gonna stop, but he's gonna slow down. He ain't what they like that song George Jones got. He ain't ready for the junkyard yet. So, and he still feel like a new Corvette. So that's what he's going to be. I'm not too big on Chevrolets, but to me, a Corvette be still be sitting in the driveway, and I'll be getting me a Ford in a heartbeat. So you know how things are. I mean, I really appreciate each and every one of you. For that one person that's still in here, it might be me on my phone. If I cut my phone off, that number one might go. No, it's still there, so it wasn't me. Huh. I love you. I see all y'all. 8:30 now. Oh, I done seen that. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. Appreciate it. Love y'all. We'll try to do this again, but on a better note. Not because somebody's sick in the group. I will do this for anybody, not just because of my dad. Anybody in my family will get the honor and glory in my uh, uh, paranormal group. My aunt, my cousin, Michael, Mark, or Joseph. Anything happens to my main group, they will get to be center of attention. This right now, is about my dad. I don't want the center of attention. I want my dad to be the center of attention. He needs it right now. He needs each and every one of you. I wished I can buy y'all a ticket to come to North Carolina and go meet him. I wished I could, but I can't. Boy, if I could, I would start signing tickets left and right for y'all. Then we just had us a big old time here in North Carolina. We'll do our own investigation. So I see y'all. I gotta get off here. It's almost 9 o'clock. Uh, it's 8:45 here. Thank y'all so much. I do really appreciate each and every one of you. This time right here, I need y'all's more prayers than anything. Just keep us in y'all's mind, and y'all go to bed at night, just say a little quick prayer for us. They do work. I done seen that in past 24 hours. Um, like I said, my dad is an amazing man. If you hadn't really got to know him, if you hadn't really met him in person, he's just the same as he is in person as he is on my videos. When he was when we first started out, when he saw a video camera, he had to be in front of it because he want to be seen. But he always pops up when doesn't need to be popped up, but he popped up, and you know you had to get him on camera. But I love him to death. But all I know, I should have been the one that's laying up there and not him, cause they got him tied in the restraints, tied to the bed and everything, and he can't scratch his nose. I had to scratch his nose for him a while ago when I was up there. I had to hold a can of pop so he can drink it. He said he wanted him a Pepsi, and that was it. He said he had to get that taste of that nasty chicken out of his mouth. But that's him. That's him. I told that doctor, I mean that nurse, that's him, sure enough. And then doctor asked him stuff, who's the president and all that, but I ain't gonna say what he said on video here. That was so dang funny. That doctor, he started snickering. He said, "I understand what you mean." He said, "I'll take it as a good answer for my question I just had to ask you." You know, people are so funny, and my dad is one of them funny people. He'll get you laughing. I remember when we was little, he'll make us laugh. He used to say when we go to bed at night, me and my brother used to ask him to say crazy things to make us laugh, and he used to go off the wall stuff and say he used to go to college and stuff like that. He never been to college day in his life, but he just talked that so we can have fun before we went to bed at nights, and we lay there and we just go off to sleep listening to him talk. And sometimes he'll sleep while he's talking. I remember he used to get up, check on me and mama and daddy and my brother every night. You can feel him getting up, touching you on the shoulder, making sure your cover wasn't over your face and stuff like that. And he'll get up and check each and every one of us all throughout the night. Then he has to get up at 5 o'clock the next morning to go to work. He does that all through the night, just getting up. When it gets cold, he'll go put the wood in the stove, keep the stove going. And he let us sleep. Me and my brother and my mom let us sleep while he does all that. I'm telling you, he's a trooper and a half. I told him today when they wheeled him over into the ICU, and I said, "I love you." And he came back and said, "I love you too." That means a lot. That means a lot to me. Love y'all. I will come back with y'all later about some more update tomorrow, probably. This is going on if everything is going good as planned. Y'all will get the update. Love y'all. See ya.